Where you guys are. We need to come in.
Okay. Ready? Hello, kids of Whitehill Middle School. We are freshmen from Drake High School, and you are 6th graders from Whitehill Middle School. And we are here to teach you guys a little bit about awareness online, primarily digital citizenship. So we hope you'll take away 3 major points from this presentation. We're hoping you'll figure out the meaning of digital citizenship, how to be a good digital citizen, and how to avoid bad digital citizens. I am Nick Moore, representing binary code, the building blocks of the internet, here with...
Hi, I'm Aaron Silverstein. I'm representing all the social networking apps you might know.
And I am Liam J. I'm representing popular websites on the internet.
And I'm Forrest Gagne, and I'm representing internet security.
Okay, so now before we start with our presentation, we have Forrest here to explain a little bit about the size of the digital world, and put that as a game.
Alright, so before we start, guys, like Nick Moore said, I want you all to put your heads down, alright? And if I tap you on the shoulder, stand up, but keep your eyes closed, alright? Alright guys, now everyone open their eyes, but stay seated if you're seated. Now this represents that 91% of adults in the US own a cell phone and use the internet on it. Alright, now I'm going to ask you to sit down again and put your same deal. I'm going to tap you on the shoulder, and if I tap you on the shoulder, stand up, but keep your eyes closed. Alright guys, everyone can open their eyes now. And this represents that 61% of the entire US use the internet every day. So that's a lot of people, if you imagine it. So yeah, everyone can sit down.
Okay, now Aaron will start the presentation.
Hey, just go out? Oh, let's do was it just up there?
Yeah, well, there it is. Alright. There it is, okay.
We do let's go.
So, as you know, we're a digital citizenship group. And what do you guys, right after before we start, what do you guys think is digital citizenship?
Maybe being safe on the internet.
Yeah, that's a point. Anybody else? Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of it. So, the actual definition is, digital citizenship is like the normal. So like, what is normal? What is the same? What should everybody follow? So digital access. Not everybody across the world has access to what's online or access to something, to an online device. So we just got to make sure to include everybody. Digital communication. Now everybody across the world can send an email and it's there in a second. You can send a text and it's there in a second. We got to be careful about what we say, because it can hurt somebody, it can create a bad situation, so you just got to be careful. And digital rights is the last one. Digital rights, everybody has the same rights as you do online. Freedom of speech is a good example. You have freedom of speech to type something, and freedom of speech to write something in the newspaper. So how to be a good digital citizen? How do you guys think is some good ways to act to be a good digital citizen? Sure.
Think before you act.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
Make sure if you say something that might be considered inappropriate, that you maybe have something that this is a joke, something that represents a joke, not a offensive.
Yeah, that's really good. So don't post anything inappropriate or rude, because first of all, it's inappropriate or rude. You never do it to this person in front of them. Also, even if you delete it, it's never gone. That's one thing that I want to really emphasize, is that even if you delete it, it's never gone. It's always up there in some form or fashion. Somebody can take a picture of it, something, it's always there. don't post anything that will make anybody feel left out. Like you at a party and your best friend isn't there, and you know you don't want to make sure you didn't invite them or something. Don't want to make them feel left out. And make sure you check with someone before you post a picture of them. Because let's say I'm at a friend's house, right, and we're like, you know, hashtag hanging out, and then, but I don't want my picture online to be there at the time. Maybe I was supposed to be at basketball practice, and I don't want my basketball coach knowing I'm there. It's kind of rude to me if you were to do that, because then I'll maybe get in trouble. I'm not saying to do that, but. And what are some ways you guys think you can correct yourselves online?
My sister told me this story that this girl got in trouble because she got into this weird relationship online. So like, if someone's like, hey, I want to hang out or something, just do this.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Abby Parker.
Talk about any personal information.
Yeah, sure.
Don't get out of
Yeah, that's a good one. So make sure you don't download anything also that you don't know where it's coming from. It can have something that can affect your computer and make it save information that's not supposed to. It can make it crash, stuff like that. Make sure you always know where you're downloading from and who you're downloading. Look before if the website puts asks for a lot of personal information, and check the privacy policy to make sure that information is not going to be released across the world or into government or anything like that. You just gotta be careful about what you post and what the company's allowed to give out. And if it asks for not a lot of information, like it doesn't ask for your name, maybe it just asks for you to put in a password and a username or something just to log on. It could be a bullying site or an online site. It's not safe because people can respond anonymously. So if I said something mean to Liam, and then he didn't know who I was, he would feel probably very, very hurt, and he would probably feel a bit confused. So that's our presentation. Or that's our...
Oh, thank you very much, Aaron. And now we have Liam to close you guys off here with some of the nicer points about the internet.
Okay, so you guys have probably heard that the internet can be a scary place, that there's bad people on the internet, and I'm not saying that there isn't, but there's also some great uses for the 21st century technology. One example, Drake High School has a whole Facebook page devoted to giving compliments to its students. So I'm not sure how often, but like twice, 3 times a week, someone will go on the Drake Facebook page and just post nice things about another student at Drake. And I mean, getting an anonymous compliment always makes you feel good. It means everybody really likes you. And another one that I've actually used is the fire department Twitter page. I don't know how many of you have Twitter. I personally don't, but I heard about this and I thought it was pretty cool. The fire department has a Twitter page, so whenever there's a big fire or medical emergency in Marin, they will post it on their Twitter page. They'll have live updates. So if you think you could be in the danger zone of the fire, you can always check there, and that will give you some information. And the last one that my teacher, actually Dan Friedman, showed me was, how many of you guys heard about the Batman thing in San Francisco? Yeah. Okay, so that got picked up in its beginnings when the kid had the dream for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That got picked up by a blogger who, he was a big blogger, he blogged a lot, and he wrote about it, and it kind of just took hold there. It kept gaining steam. Everyone saw his blog, they saw it, and people reposted the blog. It kind of went viral. And so that's actually how it happened. Just something where a personal blog or like a personal Facebook comment or Instagram page or something like that, if it gets enough attention and people like it, it can go viral, and that was probably the day of that kid's life. I mean, he probably had an amazing day, and it was all due to that one blogger. So yeah, internet can be a little scary at sometimes, but know that out there are some great uses for it.
Okay, now, do you guys have any questions before we move on? Okay, then. Anyway, we just have 3 questions to ask you guys. What's digital citizen? What is digital citizenship?
Norms of technology.
That's right.
Alright. Thank you guys. We're done.